emotional. I don't think some of the supporters understand what those moments walking into court every day.
Carrie Roberts is an effing see you next Tuesday nay.
These are your words, Trooper Proctor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and say them.
See you next Tuesday nay.
Cunt.
I am sick of needing a criminal attorney in Dedham. People in attendance were my immediate family and my attorneys, and one other person and his girlfriend at the time.
I responded, "Oh my God," and then I said, "I almost kissed gay Jeff." Defendant said, "LOL, funny." I responded, "So now he is jealous of me, question mark."
The same way that I'm arriving at the courthouse. Nick and I have very big plans to really start airing things out in 2026. John sleeps in my bed every night. John, it was very big and solid.
Party people, put your hands together for Miss Karen Reed. Can I get an amen for Karen?
Karen Reed is back and she made a surprise appearance on a show that's doing a fundraiser for her. Let's watch.
Hi guys, I don't know why Scott McGinnis made me emotional. Every day is just a different day. I was telling somebody yesterday, I have no experience living each day that I'm living. It's like I had 3 years of trial and there was some repetition. I did the same thing at the same time many of those days, and now it's a whole new routine that I'm trying to adapt to, and I don't think some of the supporters understand what those moments walking into court every day. There were rainy days, but there were a lot of very beautiful sunny days, and I would roll the window down near this little square, this kind of courtyard area in Dedham. I don't think you understand what that moment in time meant to me, that might I not leave this courthouse the same way that I'm arriving at the courthouse. And I was excited, even with what was happening. I was excited to get off the exit every day, and I've never been embraced by people like this for any other reason in my life. I'm not very athletic. Other than my friends and family, I've never really had people cheer for me for anything. And to have it every day, you can't not look forward to it.
Whether you're a celebrity or not, never underestimate the power of a kind word. Let's keep watching.
It's just human nature. But all the other emotions that were in my body, going to court every day, and I had this like envy of the people like the Sweeneys and Scott and Nick that, you know, might we split ways at the end of this, where I'm...
Who's this chooch? He joins the video midstream in the middle of Karen making an emotional statement, and he comes in landscape, and you can hear the echo of her actually talking in the background. Major disappointment here.
Not free anymore, and I won't ever see you again, and I can't. It's just very surreal. It's taken a minute to just bounce back. It hasn't been the way I thought it would be, but I didn't really have any reason to have certain expectations. I guess I thought life would revert to what it was before, although that wouldn't be possible, but I would just feel normal, and I don't quite feel that way. I can't tell you. It feels really good to see everybody. I wish I could. I'm on my phone. Is that John Como? Is he there?
That's John Como. Is
Yeah,
there?
maybe.
Oh. John sleeps in my bed every night.
Well, there's some breaking news. Our good buddy Dixie Normus, a.k.a. John, apparently sleeps in Karen Reed's bed every night.
Yeah, he got a bet. He got a bet.
You know.
Karen, what?
I had lived in my house since 2017, and I lived alone, obviously, and
I have had all my shit here for a couple years, and my house has been vacant, but I'd like to get closer to the water. I responded, Defendant said, "I don't know, question mark. It's in Old Colonial."
And there's our favorite murder, Brian Higgins, old Higgy Bear, reading about Karen describing that house that she was forced to sell in order to pay for the experts for both her first and second trial. Let's keep watching.
It has a lot of bedrooms with kind of an emoji. I responded, more than you clearly need. Are you moving to Canton? Question mark. Defendant said, I know, seriously. Some rooms I only go into dust. Not anytime soon. I'm there most of the time, but sometimes it's a lot. I responded, oh my God. And then I said, I almost kissed gay Jeff. Defendant said, LOL, funny. I responded, so now he is jealous of me? Question mark.
I don't want to use the word curate, that's too fancy, but I had everything the way I liked it. I had ordered 3 different mattresses until I found the one just for me that was perfect. The years leading up to trial, when things would quiet down in between hearings, I wallpapered, I painted, just trying to find economical ways to occupy my nerves. I was happy when I moved to, and John paid me. I was happy that my bed, which was relatively new, went to someone who stood for something in my life. I have a cousin very dear to me who took all my art and books, and I didn't take any of it. I moved in with my parents. It's not the house I grew up in. It's smaller, and there just wasn't room for anything. So I've got rid of everything, but I liked being able to give it to people that weren't strangers.
The crazy thing is we were all strangers to each other. We all met each other because of the fact that we all wanted to help you and find justice for John. None of us would be even here today if this tragedy didn't happen to you.
I never slept the night before hearing. I didn't have an immediate worry. I knew I was going to come home that night, but it's just the cameras and the press, and are we going to win this argument? Whom do I have to look at? John, it was very big and solid, and John just took the entire headboard. He didn't even...
That's Karen again describing Dixie Normus, old John, who's right next to her there. And look at how proud old Johnny boy is. Arms folded, kicking back, describing how he sleeps with Karen every night. She's describing how big and strong he is.
Touched the legs like Paul Bunyan.
John said, ain't nobody getting this bed.
I think it's common knowledge as we speak. The district attorney's office is still trying to charge me with conspiracy to commit witness intimidation. If I had a public thank you to anyone embroiled with the district attorney's office, I would bet roof over my head that would be played before a grand jury.
Karen Reed is describing why she can't publicly come out and thank Turtle Boy. We know that it was Turtle Boy, not anybody else, that really sparked this movement, and she owes her freedom to Turtle Boy because we know all the trials and tribulations literally she had to go through in order to win in the second trial.
As a thank you for approaching witnesses, I had an acquittal dinner. People in attendance were my immediate family and my attorneys, and one other person and his girlfriend at the time.
She's obviously referring to Turtle Boy being at that dinner along with whatever floozy he was banging that month. However, it's very critical that Turtle Boy understands she's thanking you. She's appreciative. She just can't do it yet because she's worried about the government filing more charges against her in that corrupt town.
My best friend wasn't there, but this was a very private, sincere thank you from about a dozen people to one person. People who have been the loudest about me not thanking them know exactly why I have not more publicly done so, because just like the videos you saw in court in second trial, it will be taken out of context. I do not want another unjust criminal battle. I am sick of needing a criminal attorney in Dedham. I'm still worried. I'm worried about the players involved at the district attorney's office and their biases. Nick and I have very big plans to really start airing things out in 2026. I had 3 law firms help me win. That's what it took. I had David, and then the folks at David's firm, Tanis and Ian. I had Bob, and Barb had a whole arsenal that you never saw back at DLA Piper helping.
She's referring to Bob Alessi, and I've always told you, DLA Piper is one of the top 5 law firms in the world. They represent all the great CEOs that come in, commit major crimes, destroy the environment. Whenever they're in trouble, they turn to firms like DLA Piper to get them off.
I had Liza and Alan, and then I had 9 law clerks. David sent out a notice to the law school at Boston College's alma mater. Alan did one to Harvard, and we got 9, including one who was the president of the Harvard Law Review, Sophia Hunt. That's what it took to win this.
Karen's 100% right, and there are many people that are trying to divide this movement. They won't last. They won't win. Eventually, we are going to figure out exactly who killed John O'Keefe,
Brian Higgins,
and bring him to justice. And at the same time Karen was on this show, the beautiful women at the Foreskin Forensic channel had Kerry Roberts, a major witness in both trials. Let's go see.
He's so handsome. Look how handsome he is. He's like
Very much. Yeah, he's a very handsome guy. Kerry Roberts is an effing see you next Tuesday, Nate.
We are going to cover the beautiful Tuesday and the rest of her co-hosts in a subsequent video. But during the show, they showed a text from Karen Reed to Turtle Boy, which showed how Karen Reed felt about Kerry Roberts. Let's keep watching.
C-U-N-T.
So don't spell it. These are your words, Trooper Proctor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and say them.
See you next Tuesday, Nate.
Cunt.
And always has been.
Cunt.
That's interesting.
And according to our friend Karen, you had Patrick kicked out of the pool.
Patrick is John's sister's child, for which he adopted after John's sister died. However, there is some major news going on with Kerry Roberts, and the interview with these four beautiful ladies revealed many different things that we are going to cover tonight. We're going to have the video for tomorrow, but either way, we are not going to stop producing videos until the real killer,
Brian Higgins,
is brought to justice. This crime was very simple to solve because it took place within a very small area over a very short period of time with a very limited amount of suspects. One or more of these 10 people has to be the killer of John O'Keefe. That's how easy this is. Once you remove the kids and the McCabe's, you're down to just 3 suspects: Brian Albert, Higgy Bear, and Chloe. Since Chloe's a good dog, she didn't do it.
I didn't do it. I'm a good dog. I didn't do it.
So that leaves just 2 suspects, Brian Albert and Higgy Bear. But of the 2 Brians, only one had the means, motive, and opportunity to kill John O'Keefe. And that's our old cuddly but violent Higgy Bear. Once we had all the facts and didn't jump to conclusions, do you see how easy it was to solve this crime?
I had nothing to do with John's death.